Excellent. Excellent. Welcome to the New Brunswick Housing Authority Board of Commissioners meeting. We'll call to order by gavel, but keep my fist on that wall. We have a roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ravondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Here.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes.
We have a quorum.
Okay, could you lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading the public notice.
Notice of meeting was given in the following manner. Notice of meeting was posted in the Home News Tribune. Said notice of meeting was promptly posted in the announcement board, City Hall, at least 48 hours prior to the convening of this meeting.
Thank you very much. We're going to move to item 5, the new business resolutions. And we have a request to take a presentation first. Bell Grant.
Should I read the resolution, Chair?
Yeah.
Okay. Resolution number 37 is a resolution approving redevelopment agreement between the Standard at New Brunswick LLC, Standard or redeveloper, extending time for execution of redevelopment agreement and approving guarantee agreement with Landmark Collegiate Development LLC for a new mixed-use project in the downtown development district redevelopment area.
Excellent. Welcome.
Commissioners, this was a project that was approved. You approved the redeveloper in May,
Right.
and at the time you approved, we put in a condition that the redevelopment agreement would be signed by September 20th. Because the redeveloper was getting his equity together, he requested an extension until November 20th, and that's one of the purposes of the resolution. The other is to approve Landmark Collegiate Development LLC as the guarantee. As we looked at who had the assets, the parent company really doesn't have much assets. It's in the development company, so we wanted them to be the guarantor. And the third is to approve the redevelopment agreement and the guarantee agreement. The redevelopment agreement is similar to the ones that you've seen for other redevelopers. This is a 21-story mixed-use building containing 2,000 square feet on the ground floor of commercial space, approximately 185 rental apartments, and a 111-space on-site parking garage. These may be minor modified, but if whatever changes that come out of the planning board would come back here, but they're going to be close to what we have. The project shall commence by June 30th, 2018, be done by June 30th, 2020. Redeveloper will pay the administrative fee of $10,000 and a $15,000 escrow. We have the usual language to encourage employment of public housing and New Brunswick residents. The usual insurance and indemnity requirements signed by not only the redeveloper but the guarantor, which has the bulk of the assets. The project cost is estimated to be about $110 million, which equity is about $44 million and debt about $65 million. We have the usual covenants and restrictions that they must devote the project to the uses in the redevelopment area, and also that they can't discriminate on any manner, age, sex, or race. And we have prohibitions against transfer except for permitted transfers that are permitted into intercompany transfers, things of that nature. Otherwise, they have to come back to you if they try to transfer it to someone else. And we have also permitting the mortgagee so that they can get financing for the project, and the usual clauses for default and force majeure. And the guarantor, as I say, guarantees all the obligations of the redeveloper. And we have Mr. Kelso here representing the redeveloper if there are any questions or he wants to say anything in connection with the agreement.
Yes, members of the board, just to follow up on what John indicated, the actual application before the planning board is now scheduled to be heard next month, December 11th. And there are very minor changes to the concept. Just to give you an example, originally when we were here it was 185 units, it's now 186 units. And that's just by reconfiguring the interior of the building. The building didn't change.
Right.
And the parking count, it went from 111 to 105. But as the board will recall, the parking authority split up to 150 spaces in the Marsh Street garage for the project. So, that's really essentially the only changes that have been made. We are, again, ready to go before the planning board on the 11th and can keep to the schedule for development, which we call for being commencing in June of next year.
I'm excited to hear the employment piece, to really try to employ
Yes, we put that in all
New Brunswick residents. I think that's vitally important. Any questions?
Yeah. On the agreement, it says 185. Do we have to amend that?
No, because we say approximately.
Oh,
And he's gonna,
okay.
what's gonna happen after they get the site plan approval, they're gonna file it back here with you exactly what happens, but you know, when you go to the planning board, sometimes you get some minor changes even on what the developer wants, so they'll file back with us. If there's anything major, we would have to come back, but between 185 and 186, that's minor.
It talks about substantial changes in the agreement, we would consider these
Oh,
minor, assuming that the planning board would approve it based upon what we've said.
This is by Cow Place, right? Location.
90 New Street.
90 New Street, 90 New Street,
It's right by, it's right behind the Elks.
Behind,
Right,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
right.
across from the Matrix.
Yeah, that area's gonna be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
When it's all said and done, it's gonna be phenomenal,
It really will.
great for the city.
And this is primarily for college students,
Yeah.
although they could rent to others, but
Yeah.
they're primarily marketing it to college students.
Any other comments, questions? Okay. Is there a motion?
You need a motion.
Is there a motion to,
So moved.
resolution, second?
I'll second it.
Great. Any other discussion? No? Roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yep.
Commissioner Rondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
Chair?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Well,
Thank
thanks.
you very
for
much.
coming up.
Thank you very much.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Guess we'll go back to,
Regular business? Resolution number 33 is a resolution ratifying, authorizing, and approving the payment of bills for the month of September 2017.
is there a motion?
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Second, okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
Chairman?
Yes.
Yeah,
Take
motion
care.
passes. Resolution number 34 is a resolution ratifying and approving HUD fair market rents for use in the New Brunswick Housing Authority Choice Voucher Program.
Excellent. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Can you go over those again?
Sure, these are annual fair market rents that are published by HUD. They're required to be adopted by the Housing Authority so they can be implemented within the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program, or Housing Choice Voucher Program, formerly known as Section 8.
This is different from the general fair market rate, or?
They're specific to jurisdictions, so
okay.
for us it would be Middlesex, and it's published by HUD annually.
Yeah.
So they actually require that you adopt them and recognize them as part of your plan.
It's not a statewide.
Oh, well, they're nationwide,
Yeah,
but they're
that's- yeah.
specific to counties, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Other comments? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Resolution number 35 is a resolution adopting and the return state budget for the Housing Authority of the City of New Brunswick and authorizing final submission.
Excellent. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Guys, your seats up here in front if you want to come up.
Any discussion?
I'm sorry, who moved?
I move.
Thank you.
So,
Any discussion?
Thank you. Go ahead, Joe.
this year returned it on time after review?
I don't know if you talk about time, we did get it back from the DCA, and now
Yeah.
we're required to move on the action item. So the DCA has reviewed it, given it back to us for adoption.
Oh, okay. And then it's going to HUD.
That afterwards, our budget was already submitted to HUD. This is the state side of the budget.
This is-
Our budget went to HUD.
Doesn't have to go back to HUD for approval?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed 5-0. 36 is a resolution approving the 2018 meeting schedule for the Housing Authority of the City of New Brunswick.
So moved.
Second.
Second it.
The only discussion, I got a request from Mr. Cradaville to adjust the dates because of the city council meeting. And I had asked if the city council was changing their dates, and I don't think they're changing their dates. So I don't know why we would change our dates either. So, any other comments about this?
So they're not on the same night, that's why.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Chair?
Yes.
I'm sorry, and Commissioner Walde.
Yes.
Resolution number 38 is a resolution approving the award of contract for energy audit to EMG.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second, okay. Discussion?
Sure, this HUD requires energy audits every 3 to 5 years. We are at our window now. This was a publicly solicited audit, advertised 2 times, and this is the highest respondent to the advertisement.
How many responded?
We had 1 for both advertisements.
Have we used them previously?
EMG, I believe we have used them in the past, but it's every 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
So again, it's a requirement for HUD to have it done.
So
we
the
have to do
previous
it.
company didn't?
I think they were the previous company.
Oh, they were the previous?
Yes.
Excellent. Any other comments, questions? Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Mr. Walde?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed 5-0. Resolution 69 is a resolution approving the award of contract for architect and engineering services to Joseph F. McCurney Jr.
Is there a motion? Second.
Second.
I'm sorry, who moved?
Wally.
Okay.
Discussion.
Yeah, can you
Go elaborate.
Same thing, these are publicly advertised for professional services. This is an architect and engineering contract, it's annual with a not to exceed amount. And this was advertised and is being awarded to the highest scoring respondent.
What would they be doing?
It's a fee for service architect and engineering, so it's basically on call if we need building inspections, if we need bid spec for certain railings or for stair replacement, they would be our firm that we would utilize for the specs and the inspection of those items.
There are no contractors?
It's a private contract.
No, there are no contractors, they just give you the design or?
Correct, yeah, no, they do not do the work.
Oh,
No, they are architect and engineering only, they do not do the work. The work would then be bid or solicited, through the public process for the work. So it's spec only.
Comment? Any other comments, questions?
so they're getting paid based on services rendered?
The fee for service, correct. So if we ask for it, they do it. If we don't ask for it, they don't do it, we don't pay for it.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Commissioner Walden?
Yes.
And Chair?
Yes.
Motion
Number
passed.
40.
Resolution 40 is a resolution approving contract for William A. Elias for management and consulting services.
Good. Is there a motion? Second.
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion.
This is the publicly solicited management contract we do every year for management improvements and management training and other items regarding the housing authorities programs. This was publicly advertised 2 times, and this is the highest responding respondent. Sorry?
Did you do one this year?
Did we do an advertising?
No, Elias.
No, this would be one of the people coming in to do the training.
Right.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yeah.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes.
And
Number 41.
resolution 41 is a resolution approving the award of contract for general fee accounting services to Paul Carey and Company.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Second. Discussion. Hearing none.
Can you go?
The annual fee accounting proposals publicly advertised 2 times, solicited for fee accounting services. This acts as our agent, as a fee accountant, working with our staff and the auditor to complete the fee accounting work for the housing authority. It is a contract for service only.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Giorgiani?
Yes.
Mr. Walde?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Excellent.
Is that door locked? Does everybody locks on it?
I don't think that door's locked.
I don't think so.
No, it's open. It's open.
We've completed the resolutions, item number 5. So item number 6, the old business. I want to report to those that we had a meeting with the Operations Committee and we went over the action plan. In just 7 months, we've done 14 of the 26 items in the action plan, which is a 2-year action plan. And 12 of the items were short-term, 6 were middle term, and 8 were long-term. And so, we'll easily finish all 26 items in the action plan. And again, as we said, and we can reiterate, there's only one finding. The rest of them are recommendations, and so that's important. And the other thing, and we'll talk a little later, is that someone gave me this flyer, and it says, it's filled with incorrect information and lies. And so one of the things that's very, very important is to understand that if we're going to disseminate information, it better be accurate. Actually, our score is 65%, which puts us in the standard rate. 41% is really frankly shameful. I don't know who put this together, but I hope they're not a reporter, and I hope they get their facts right. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and our attorney will speak to that. So with that, any other comments from the board? Okay. We will open it for public comment.
Question.
But please stand up.
Gretchen
State your name.
Gretchen Spencer, 2 Jennings Court.
Great, thank you.
I want to know what, for one, is a corrective action program, and where's all this money coming from that's supposed to have been spent?
Could you?
One, on this generator that don't help us. 2, where is this $1.4 million that housing is supposed to have spent? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so one of the things that's important, because we want to make sure we can address all of those issues.
Right.
So the board is a policymaking body, and so when it comes to very specific things, have you asked the executive director and his staff?
No, I wanted to ask everybody why they're here.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to the executive director, because we don't answer those questions. We're policy making, we're not focused on that. That's operational. We're overstepping our bounds if we're doing that. So it's important that we'll turn to the executive director.
So Gretchen, the generator that's here actually is the site generator for where you're standing right now.
Right.
Those of you who were here during Hurricane Sandy knew that the entire site was offline. We did not have an area to provide services to residents as an emergency area. So the generator now acts as a central emergency service area. It keeps that kitchen running. It
I know.
keeps all the
All
systems.
this here
Well,
running.
so hold on, you just asked where the money went. So the money for that generator to now operate this emergency area, so that if we ever have another Hurricane Sandy, if we ever have something that locks down or turns off the entire area, we're able to continue to operate a central area where people can eat, sleep, charge their phones, use the restrooms, and can function as a central emergency area that we didn't have during Hurricane Sandy. We had asked for funds to do all of our buildings, but that's all we got. And we spent the money on that. We have it now so that we have it here available, and we now have been designated that emergency area so that even when we have overflows in other areas, if this area is not at capacity, the city will send people from surrounding neighborhoods around here to us because, again, we now have a central component that will operate from a gas standpoint that we didn't have before.
Okay.
So for those residents that were here during Hurricane Sandy, and they know, we were running temporary generators that we allowed people to come in and plug their phones in. We were serving food out the back of trucks in areas. We put some people
So
up
if
that
we
had some
weren't here,
damages.
y'all put us in hotels.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say that.
On
So
that side.
we were able to put some people in hotels. Other people basically toughed it out.
Which we
and were
really
able to-
didn't want to go, but
Well, I think, again, I think some people really wanted to go. but
Some
that's-
people did.
But that's okay.
But
You know,
others
we were
didn't.
able to
Yeah.
avail that. So, but as far as where, whatever money that was spent, that's where the money went, that's how the money is spent, and the money is spent in the correct and accurate areas. It's important to understand that we only get the money that's allocated to us for certain resources. We would have loved to, and we had asked for generators for all of our properties, for all of our buildings, and for all the areas. We were not availed that, and to those of you who know about the funding and what's happening now, our funding is actually going down. So we're getting less and less money to do more and more work. So as you see the areas that we've been able to improve, I think you'll agree that we have been able to address some areas that went unaddressed in the past. We have a lot of work to do, and we're going to continue working with the residents that have made themselves available to work with us. But it's important to understand that that's what that item does. That's what it will now do, so that if we ever have another catastrophic issue, we're able to utilize where we're
Right.
standing now and the facilities here, which we couldn't before.
I understand that, 275,000.
Sure.
But where's the other money that's not showing up in these apartments nowhere, that's not showing up, that it looks like because Robeson looks like, damn it, I bite you. Wright Place looks much better than Robeson Village.
So
And then maintenance is down to the 3.5 people that people's ceilings are sinking, mold is everywhere. This is what people are complaining to me about. And every time we look around, it's no funds, and this is what people are getting upset at. This is why I'm speaking for them. This is what people are getting upset about.
So Gretchen, you know firsthand that we've asked you, since you're a
Right.
coordinator, you know we've asked you how many times to give us information about, how many times to give us information directly about a specific unit,
And I
item, or
have,
area.
but still,
Hold on.
I'm not supposed to do that.
I know
don't
that.
get
Well,
paid
hold
for
on.
that.
Absolutely. But if you're speaking for people,
Right.
we love to hear you speak about the units that you're talking about, so we can make that list and address those items. You know firsthand that as we're identifying areas of concern, we're able to address those in the priority that we have. So
Yeah.
if you have, and I say again, if you have tonight a list of those specific units and items, give them to us. Hold on,
Look.
just Gretchen, then we can go.
Wait a minute, y'all. Some people, now, some of those corrections have been made
Thank you.
within the,
Thank you for
wait a minute
recognizing.
now,
Go ahead.
within the past couple of weeks, it took a long time for them to get done. And it was inspection was coming. Thank you. Because inspection was coming. This is the problem. Nothing gets done before inspection. When inspection comes, everything tries to get done. This has got to stop. I've been out here almost 50 years. And when people start complaining and calling me on my phone and telling me what's going on, I try to let them know. Call them, document what you did, let them know. Some of the messages are not getting to you. Some of the messages are not getting to maintenance. Some of the messages are not getting to, plus, excuse me, the phone system. That has got to change.
So I will tell you,
Nobody can get through.
so on the phone system side, that problem, our actual phone system crashed. So we actually are having that replaced. That is an item because of the.
When we walk in the office, we get told that whoever we need to see is never there. Every time we walk in the office. Every time.
Yeah, the door is locked.
I'm sorry. So.
Wait.
One person.
Hold on, one person, then we can go.
One person, one issue at a
So
time.
Gretchen, I appreciate you recognizing the items that were accomplished. As I said, the phone system is an area that we actually know is a problem. We have brought in a person to replace and repair the phone system. That's ongoing. Is there any other?
Because I'm tired of, wait a minute. People are tired of calling and trying to get through, and you have to call the emergency number just to get through to tell everybody to empty their mailboxes out. Because we're tired of this. This whole system got to change. We ain't never had this problem
So
before.
Gretchen, if you could, right after this meeting, I'd like you to give me that list that we've been asking for, that you said you have.
No, I said I was gonna make a list, but when I checked, they wind up fixing the problems
So they
over
fixed
where
a lot
I
of
was
the
at.
problems you were
But
at?
then I found a few more.
Okay. We like all of the
11 Carter
units.
Road. But a lot of these people can tell you. They already know. Whoa. A lot of these people can tell you their ceilings have been leaking, their walls have been leaking for over a year. One lady just told me today that last week she called and she said, I'm tired of calling them because then nobody comes and they'll start fixing something. Then they don't never come back.
So any of those.
That's it. Wait.
We're gonna shoot this.
When I get finished, I'm gonna let y'all talk.
Okay.
But you gotta give your name and address. So,
You're next after her.
but people are upset.
Yep.
They are really upset because nothing is getting fixed like it's supposed to be.
Well, Gretchen, thanks for your comment. Let's give someone else a chance to talk.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Who wants to talk?
Yeah, that's good. Could you come up here, please?
Come on up here, Robert.
My name is Rosalind Griffin. I live at 3 Bourbon Court. I want to know who decides what we're supposed to be paying for and what we're not supposed to be paying for in there. Light bulbs, the HUD says we're not supposed to be paying for it. I mean, I would like the work order and a printout, because on the printout I never noticed. I've been here for 20 years. On the printout I never noticed they had maintenance, but they never had what they did.
What it is.
What it is.
Right.
Okay. So what's about?
Have you mentioned that to?
Why should they mention it? Don't they know that we should be trying to? Do you know? Who makes the decision?
Wait.
HUD says.
You just have to talk to the chair.
HUD says we're not supposed to pay for shed
So,
to open it.
So one of the things is the staff wants to solve the problems.
It should have been a problem.
But please let me finish. The staff wants to solve the problems. And so we can't assume that the staff knows about all problems. So what
No,
we're
they should
saying,
know. What you mean? They should know. We're not supposed to be charged what they are charging us. They owe us so much money. It's a shame.
You said, I'm sorry, ma'am,
yeah, so can
you said $30 for a key for $30?
To open the shed, the maintenance man came, opened the shed up,
And
and
they
I
said
was
You
charged
say
me
open the
$30.
shed? What do you
to
mean?
open the Robinson side, the outside
So
storage.
so you didn't have a key to open the door?
And maintenance came, all I needed was a key maybe.
Hold on. So
Key
you
cost
didn't have a
$30.
key. You didn't have a key to open the door, so you called to have somebody come and open the door for you.
And they sent me a thing and I had to pay $30.
So
How
Chairman-
come that wasn't on the order that they came to do?
I'm sorry. So I think what you're talking about is there's a key replacement charge
There's a whole lot of stuff in place
that's
we shouldn't
on
be
the
paying
actual
for.
area, but I can look into that to see if that is on you said 3
There's
burn.
no way in hell you're gonna pay $30 just to open the
It's
shed.
not. So it's a replacement for the key, and it's a call to have someone come. What time was it that happened?
During work hours.
Okay. And was it a replacement of the key at the same time? Did you lose that?
Listen. You know what? We can name a whole lot. Light bulbs, $12.
Yeah.
Come on. A whole bunch of stuff we're being
said you got
charged.
charged
The
$12
price sheds we're not even supposed to be being charged for.
Okay, well, what I'm asking
Can I ask you a question? Can we all get a printout of the work orders and then the printout, it just says maintenance, but it has nothing on there
on
what
it.
we're being charged with.
So we're hearing about some of this for the first time.
I've been in 20 years the first time.
Yeah, because no one said anything. So what we're saying, what we're saying is, the goal is, this isn't the forum to solve the problem. This is, what I'm encouraging, if people really want something solved, they go to Mr. Clark and really have him, and the board will make sure that we will ask him, were all the issues resolved?
Can we
That's all
can
can
we
do.
all get the work orders that they gave us and
Okay,
print out
can we do
print
that?
out to see what's what?
Can we let some other people talk?
No, because I want my money too. Let's smash it.
Yes, can you come up please and say your name?
My name
Light
is
bulbs are talking. Light bulbs are talking.
Please have respect for
Let
those
her
that are
talk.
talking. Please have respect for those
Okay,
that are
so
talking.
in regards to the maintenance, I called and since August, I still have a hole that's leaking in my ceiling with paint coming down. I have a 1-year-old that crawls around. I have 2 boys that are young. On top of that, I don't know if anyone knew, my son fell from the 2nd floor because I called and I told him to fix the lock on my window. And my son was in the hospital for 2 months because of their negligence. Okay? And it's pissed me off. My son got his soul cracked, T3, 4, and 5. He got to learn how to talk again, how to walk again, and he's still going to therapy.
Okay. Now, does the
I
office know
called
about that?
several times. The lock on my kid's room does not work.
Okay.
And as soon as my son, they knew my son was in the hospital, the next day somebody's fixing my window. Why is it that it takes so long for you guys to come fix my window?
They need help. They need help. They ain't got no
And
help.
since August, no, but you know what? Lately, a whole bunch of maintenance people are coming to my apartment practically every day to fix this. Why? Because we're getting inspected.
Yeah.
Now? Why now? It's been so long. How is it that since August I called and nothing has been fixed? No, it's still there.
Okay, all right, well, that's something the staff needs to take care of, so.
And also another thing, if I owe a certain amount of rent, are you not supposed to take my money? Because I've been getting several times evicted because I don't have all my money. When I'm paying, I'm giving you how much I owe. So they don't accept my rent because they want the maintenance charges to my rent.
Well, again, as I say,
No, but it's not that. If I pay $200 in my apartment, how is it that you guys are evicting me because I owe $1,300?
Exactly.
Where is it coming from? Because it makes no sense. If I pay that much rent, it don't matter if I'm backed up for 5 months, it still don't add up to $1,003.
Because they're paying court fees and we're paying.
But that's $25 and
No, that's
let's have respect, let's have respect. You had a chance to speak, let's let other people speak, okay?
But what I'm
Let's have
saying is,
respect for her.
regardless of the fact that even if I'm backed up, I know they charge a $25 late fee, all that stuff, but I was late 2 months. Where in the hell am I getting charged $1,300?
They don't tell you.
And then I'm getting evicted. I was getting evicted.
Okay.
I'm sorry, so you just said there's a hole in your ceiling still? What
Yes,
was the
there
other
is.
item? What was the other item you said hadn't
I
been
had
fixed?
called
I'm sorry.
months ago about the lock in my kid's window that didn't work, which my son fell out of.
But you just
There's
said the
no-
lock was
there's-
fixed. Is the lock?
No, now, after my son fell
What
out
has not
of
been
it,
fixed?
What
the
hasn't been-
ceiling
Which ceiling and where?
in my
In
kitchen.
the kitchen, okay.
No, but they don't know how to, I'm not sure if they know how to do it because it happened before and it came down all over again.
All right, well, we will make sure, I will ask, we'll make sure that whatever the problem is fixed, okay, as soon as possible. And again, we respect, we're here, we respect, we don't want any of these things to happen.
Yeah, I know,
So,
and then they stopped the parking fees also because I got 3 months credit into my rent because they were charging me $50 like every other day for parking fees, which it wasn't even my car.
All right, well, so those are things that the board can't get rid of, but the staff can get rid of those things. If it's wrong, if it's wrong, the staff will, and we will follow up.
Chair, she just said that was actually a credit she already got for that.
She's got
Exactly,
credit.
that's what I'm saying, but that was because you guys were getting investigated.
So you got to get credit.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I think this young man
Say
is
you're a
next.
liar, laugh with a smirk in your face.
Okay, let's let him speak, the one and only. You state your name, please?
Lawrence Dargan, I live at 33.
Please.
Lawrence Dargan, I live at 33 Jennings Court. All of us have all the same issues. All our apartments are falling apart. All of us have been reported. We all go through these inspections that maintenance comes to your house and they inspect, so forth and so on. They write down what's supposed to get done, and they usually don't get done. That's the issue.
Okay.
I live 33, like I said, I live at 33 Jennings Court. When I first signed my first lease, and I walked into my apartment, I walked up the stairs creaked really bad. Javier wrote it down. He said it was gonna get fixed, never got done. My windows, none of my windows on the first floor work properly. None of them work properly. In my bathroom, my bathroom windows are actually being held in by 2 screws. And this is, hold on, this is
Please have respect. Please
and
have
all this
respect.
stuff is documented from them. My stairs got fixed after I fell through them. I fell through my stairs, and then it got fixed the next day.
Liar.
My living room floor, I've called, and they should have reports of me calling about my living room floor. The floor was literally coming up.
Like an accordion.
Like a peak. It literally was coming
Like
up.
an
I
accordion.
called when I felt the first few lumps. I called. They said we'll get to it. I called. We'll get to it. I called. They get to it. It got to the point to where one of my living room closets wouldn't open at all, and my entertainment system in my living room started to come forward, which almost dropped my television. Still, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It got to the point to where bugs literally came in my house from underneath the floor to get done. It's the point that we complain about stuff small early, but it don't get adjusted until it's drastic.
Is your floor done?
Yeah, it's done
So
now.
the floor is done?
The kitchen is still peeling up. My bathroom, like everybody in here, my bathroom leaked, and I still have a hole in my bathroom wall, and I still have a hole in my bathroom, my kitchen. My cabinets were so green with mildew. I have asthma. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even go in my kitchen too much because it's bothering my asthma. Now that got replaced after the mildew was so bad. It was green. I have it on video. Most of these people have video and camera. We shouldn't have to go through that.
So I'm sorry, so you said so what is not done right now?
My kitchen still has a hole in the floor, in the ceiling.
So the kitchen floor or ceiling?
The kitchen floor is coming up again. This is the third time
That's the
you
tile
guys
in the kitchen
fixed
floor?
it.
Tile in the kitchen
The
floor?
tile in the kitchen, the hole in the
And a
hole
hole
in the
kitchen
bathroom.
ceiling.
I have a hole in my
I'm sorry.
bathroom.
Hole in the ceiling of the kitchen or in the bathroom?
In both.
So this is.
When my windows need to be replaced, it's
Hold on,
So this is what as a board we can do. And so people who are here who have real problems, what I would suggest is actually, John will take your name, we'll take your location, and as the board, please have respect. And wait, the board will ask to make sure that every one of those things, we'll ask John, who was at the meeting, let's see the list of the people at the meeting, have the issues been resolved? I can't say when, but we take these very seriously.
It's more than just us, though.
But I'm saying, the whole point is that we've got to he's the director, we've got to let the director know of the problems. Well, we have him here, so please, okay? And then this young man, I guess you and then that young man. But
Another thing is this, is even when we call, we get talked to like we're animals. You know what I'm saying? We don't get, you know what I'm saying? Half of these, probably everybody, if we could afford to live somewhere else, we would be. We're here because we have to be here. But if we call and we feel intimidated by calling, nobody wants to call that. If you don't like doing your job, don't answer the phone.
Exactly.
Don't come to work.
You know what I'm saying? But if we call and every time we call in, then it seems like it's animosity. And like a lot of people are intimidated to even come to these type of meetings because now that they come to these meetings, our name is being documented. Now all of a sudden we'll start having, oh, if you got something on your porch, you're getting a fine for that. Or if you got, just a little fine, it's a little intimidation tactics that we get. Now, Mr. Clark himself might not be privy to this, but this is what goes on. So this is why sometimes the meetings are so short. Not too many people even want to come out. Not people want to have anything to do with it. Because it's the intimidation factor. And then another thing that I know we're all asking, if they put if we have something on our porch that they take and they throw out, and they charge us that $25 fee, where's that $25 going?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not going into re-bettering
let him respond.
Just so listen, by the way, I appreciate what you say. Thank you, and obviously we want to try to document it and get it down, and I've known you a long time, and I think you know the way that I work, and hopefully we can see that change. Items that are fines, that get fined, those go towards the operating costs. So that's where they basically come back to the site where the fine is. So if there's a fine on this site for something, or if there's a fine down at the Somerset site, or a Hope Manor or Riverside site, all those fines go back to the actual areas where they are, and they go to make floor improvements, window replacements, those types of things. That's where just ask the question, I'm sorry, that's where the money goes.
Something real short I like to jump to the board. I've been out here, maybe not as long as Gretchen, but I've been out here for a couple years. We used to have a basketball court. We used to have a little park right here in Robeson Village. Since I've been here, I've seen a lot. I've seen them take the basketball court. It's no longer there. It's a parking lot. The jungle gym that used to be for the school is gone now. It's just a flat lot. A lot of stuff is being taken, but nothing is being given back to the community. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the 4th of July, the neighborhood throws a huge block party. Sometimes things get a little out of hand. For the most part, for the last couple of years, things have been a little out of hand. But the police are there. Usually the police work with us. You know what I'm saying? They say y'all have from A to B to navigate this time, and after this time, it's all being shut down. You know what I'm saying? But that's the community doing that. Why ain't housing doing that for us? I'm from the old school. They used to have community parties. They used to have
senior citizen stuff.
A lot of people don't even know that they have food pantry. Like a lot of little small stuff that they used to give back to the community. They don't have it no more.
I'm sorry, we still have a food pantry which services many of the seniors here. Listen, we still have a food pantry. It services many of the seniors here. The food pantry and the use of the food pantry is provided to residents if they come and they have the need. We have a food pantry. Many of the seniors
But a lot of
here,
people don't know
a lot
about
of
it.
people don't know, but
No.
it's incumbent on everyone to get that word out. And it's used by many of the residents here. Some residents who don't know, please get the word out that
Because
we
they
have
had
a
shut
food
it
pantry.
down one time, I didn't even know it was
So,
still going.
hold on. The food pantry ran out of food because we can only supply the food that we get the food from the county. When the county ran out of the food because the demand was so high, we were not able. But we now have food, and it has been given out and continues. So please, if you need food, we have a functioning food pantry for residents.
But
You can
don't
come in
everybody
and you can
supposed to
generate
be,
that.
send a letter out to let everybody know?
Well, no, we don't, what we do is, so it's based on need. We don't have enough food for everyone.
Right.
So the people that come, that ask, that need the food, we're able to provide. Gretchen, if we sent the letter out for everyone, people would come, we'd run out of food every single week.
I understand what you're
So that's
saying.
why we maintain to the people
Because,
that if you know
see,
someone that needs it, please let
I
us know.
really don't know, but I didn't know the pantry was
Yeah.
open, because I would have let
It's open again.
I would have let some people know this. I didn't know this.
Let some other
It is
people,
open
but
again.
first, I want to thank you for your comments.
Yes,
I
thank
want
you.
to thank you for the way you made your comments. I think, it's heard. Did you have a comment, young lady?
Yes, I did, but it's about the same thing.
Okay.
I've been calling John Clark. He only called me back twice. The pipe or something busted in the living room. It's been like that for
fixed now?
2 years. The floor is coming up. Now I'm getting holes in the floor.
Okay.
I've been calling, and the guy Dave been coming over, said, I'll fix it. But then he wants to place it with a carpet. I want the floor back the way it was when I moved in here. The steps is weak.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that we want the problem solved. And
Okay,
the
but
way
they're not
to
fixing
solve
it.
the
This is going
problem
on 2 years now. They're
Okay,
still not doing
well,
nothing.
that's the past, we're going forward. Tonight,
Okay.
anybody that gives the name and the unit, we will follow up in asking questions.
Okay,
We-
but I've been going through this.
Well, okay,
For a
but-
while now. I got an 85-year-old father with a pacemaker, goes up and down the steps, and the steps is weak. How about he goes
But
through the steps?
today's a new day, okay? So we're talking about going forward. So I make a commitment to you that we will ask about each one of these folks, everybody that gives their name and their unit, and John will follow up with the issue.
Or if you don't
Okay,
want to,
I've
I'm sorry, if you don't
been
want to do it
calling,
during the
I've been
meeting,
making
come
reports,
after the
it's
meeting
still
if you don't want to
not
do
being
it.
done.
Do it afterwards. So, again, the
Reports
past
has been
may
made,
not
but
have been
nothing's being
perfect,
done.
but we're here to try to move forward.
Somebody else talk?
Wait a minute, I have one more,
No.
I have one more question.
That's rude, Gretchen, that's rude. It's a young man with the red, you gotta wait till other people.
All right, go ahead, y'all.
Don't be rude to the resident.
I'm not trying to be rude. Don't say I'm trying to be rude now. But don't tell me I'm trying to be rude.
Please be quiet and let them speak, okay?
You know, don't ever tell me I'm trying to be rude. I'm trying to be nice, and I asked you nicely. So don't tell me I'm trying to. Or let me go the fuck outside again.
All right.
Shh, listen up, please.
Okay. So,
Oh, this is better than.
guys. So, my name's Taharan Royer. I'm 21 years old. Okay. I've been living in Right Place since I was in first grade. Go back about 19 years. So, obviously, from what you can tell from the people, there's been negligence in the staff, has there not? Everybody can say that. Everybody can say that.
Yeah.
So my question is this: what are you guys planning to do about this negligence in the staff? Because obviously, whatever's going on right now is clearly not working.
Change the style.
Can
We
I-
have, listen, this is my son,
wait.
111 Right Place in the Brunswick,
Right.
right over here, 111 Right Place. We have holes in our ceiling, okay, holes in the back wall. When I moved in, the stairwell, like he said, when you walk up the stairs, there's cracks in the ceiling, there's cracks in the ceiling. My kitchen sink has not been fixed, it's been shaped and everything else. On top of that, the tiles in my bathroom just got fixed, and they knew about this. Okay, I called Andrea in regards to my bathroom and everything else, my ceiling. She has work orders. They have work orders in that's not being fulfilled. I told her, I said, listen, I got a hope, like there's water leaking, there's in my ceiling, in my bedroom, it's when it rains, it leaks. She said, oh, now it's that one too. So what that means is you already had the work order from my kid's ceiling with a hole in the wall. On top of now, you got my room leaking and everything else. So which means these work orders are not being fulfilled. We got to call back. I called in and asked them to fix this. Now I got to recall in for it to be fixed again? Come on, like, are you serious? Like, come on. And then they overcharging us. Hold
of that, they charging me for a smoke detector. Are you serious? How can you charge me for a smoke detector when this is something that y'all was supposed to be doing? They charge you $50 for that. Then on top of that, $25 for parking. Then the parking lot be filled. You charging me for somewhere I can't park when the parking lot is filled. Are you serious? It's a lot of skunky stuff that's going on. On top of overcharging. Like, I pay $1,400 a month. Listen to me. $1,400 a month. Now, do you think that's worth it? Really?
So, and again, I appreciate.
I have been one of the quiet tenants. I have been doing my thing, and they don't get no complaints with me. But I'm fed up because I've been trying to work with them, and I'm tired.
And I hear that. And so what we're trying to do is going forward.
My kids can't even go
to make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay. All right. So what I'm saying is, we've got to let the director know your name, your unit, your problem. We're going to follow up with questions about this, okay? So what I'm saying is, we can get up and complain about what happened in the past, about how negligent this are. What we're saying is, going forward, if Mr. Clark is aware of things that aren't getting fixed, if I'm aware of things that aren't getting fixed, it's in the open. And we'll be asking questions going forward. So there's no need to talk about what didn't happen in the past, but we can talk about all sorts of stuff. But going forward, if people come back here in 2 months and they're saying the same thing, that's a problem. I'm sorry. No. I'm saying starting today. Starting today. Okay? Understand, starting today. Okay? And that's a commitment we can give. Does anybody have something different other than something?
Yes, I do. Gretchen Spencer. Yes, did anybody have something different? I do.
He had his hand up.
My question. She said a hole in the back wall, of the kitchen.
I can tell you what it is actually, okay? We have, right now, there's a hole in the back room ceiling.
When you say back room?
That little back room.
The utility room? Like that little room? Okay.
Their housing has actually made a hole in there, and we told them that they were going to come in and fix it. Never did.
Never did. They never came.
And was that because something was leaking from, like, what caused the hole?
Rain. We don't know what caused it.
So something was leaking down?
It's not only mine, there's other tenants that I've spoken to.
I just want to worry about 111 real quick. I want to make sure I have it.
Okay.
So the utility ceiling?
It's 2-bedroom ceilings too, right? Because my ceiling
and your ceiling.
And that's the second floor.
Yes.
Bedroom.
Right.
And you mentioned something about a sink.
Yeah, my sink, they know my sink. My sink don't even, it's like loose or whatever. They know about that. At least my kitchen sink leaks. On top of that, I just want to know where the funds at. Like, what's going on? This is supposed to be a place that you're supposed to be a stepping stone to get out of here, to get on your feet, to get out of here. What the hell? It seems like if we make 10 cents, y'all taking 9. I need to know what the 9.5. I need to I'm not trying to be here for the rest of my life dying. I want my house. I want to get out of here.
But one of the things that, and so what's happening, and I said this to Mr. Cradaville in person, is that if you look at who funds us, the federal government funds us. The state doesn't fund us, the federal government funds us. And the federal government has cut back. So we talk about basketball courts, and that's before this administration. So now we're in an administration where there are opportunities. So the real challenge, you can yell and scream about not having money here. That's not going to do anything. It's in Washington. It's in Washington talking about housing authorities that have universally been cut back.
No, it's in the city. That's where it's at.
No,
the city. The city is the problem.
Right.
You're getting money from the federal government, and you're wasting it in the city.
And wasting it in the city.
You're not feeding Washington city money.
But we'll have a one-on-one conversation about that after this, because you're misunderstanding facts. This isn't city money. This is federal money. This is federal money.
So what have you been doing with it?
Investigation? But part of what we need to do is that there's some lies that Mr. Cradaville and others have said. You saw this flyer that said 41%? Well, 65% is standard. That's where we've been since June.
Okay.
Why isn't Mr. Craddock putting up the truth out there?
Okay, well, I seen a flyer where they said New Brunswick Police Department was being investigating housing. I seen
No,
that.
no.
Okay,
The
so
police department's investigating Craddockville as much as anything else.
Yeah,
So part of what you need to understand is deal with facts. Deal with facts. And so when I see 41% on a flyer and it's actually 65%,
They don't wanna tell us the truth, that's the problem.
but we're telling the truth. So first of all, the goal here is to try to help people solve the problem,
All right.
right? And so,
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead, you were talking. Go
My
ahead.
question to you is, we all work. Okay? We all work.
Most
All right?
times I'm retired.
When we go to take our papers to
Recertification.
Andrea, to whoever, Stephen, whoever, why don't they give the paper to the right person right then and there? Because when they don't, we all get charged $800.
There you go.
What the fuck is that? Where that's from?
That's an issue you have to talk about.
Y'all bored though.
But I share what the board does.
Understand what I'm saying?
So the board is,
He's the director, right? He's the director.
it's the director.
Ain't y'all over him?
What the director has to know about some of these challenges, okay? And
No,
so,
honestly, y'all, I don't never had the power. I don't never had the power with Clark. I don't never had the power with him. But real is real, bullshit is bullshit.
so what I would ask, what I would ask, what I would ask,
Oh, you know what?
if you have,
Yeah. Like we all have been through. Yes, we all been through.
Okay.
Okay, like, okay, you can't do nothing with one check. With one check stub. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Okay, so you need 4 pay stubs, right? When you take the 4 pay stubs in, okay, say like if you take your 4 pay stubs in to Steve and give it to him. He don't give it to Elizabeth until he see her. I mean, it's sitting here.
So does he give them all 4 or?
I don't know how he doing it. All I know is I get a paper in the mail saying I owe $800 for back rent. For back rent, and my rent's paid every time, every month, every time. That's my problem. That's my problem.
have you told Mr. Clark that? Have you said that to his
So he
face?
knows, he got the papers and stuff in there. Y'all don't
Well, hold on, we haven't.
I don't know.
I can agree. Chair, just so you understand what he's talking about is, there's a recertification process that goes, there's a recertification process that everyone goes through annually in the public housing program, where it's an income-based program, so you get charged 30% of your income towards rent. I think what I'm hearing you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure I get it right, is that you give your paperwork in showing what your income is to either Liz, Andrea, or one of the employees, and then a rental amount is given back, or a charge back is given to you because they're saying that your income changed, or there was a change in your income which caused you to owe money back.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. And then the paperwork that you're talking about, and the pay stubs where they say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, are based on the amount to show the income that you're making. If your income went up, you pay more.
Okay.
If your income went down, you pay less.
Okay.
So what you're saying, I just want to make sure I understand it so I can go back to the staff, is that that paperwork that you're giving them, it is not being processed, or is being delayed, or what is it? It's being delayed. Hold on.
This is what they're saying. No, this is what they're saying.
Because I want to make sure I get it.
We talked about it.
Because you know why?
It's being delayed, and then you get a back charge because of the
A back
delay, or
charge.
because
What's the
of
back
income?
charge called?
A
What's the back charge
retro payment? A retro back
Okay,
charge?
so why they call it back rent?
So it's a rental-based program, so 30% of your income goes towards rent. So if you make, and I think the young
What
ladies
he's
had said,
saying
the
is
more money
they
you
get
make.
charged back when, instead of saying you owe this month, the next month, they charging you for what you already done made instead of what they supposed to go forward.
I understand.
That's what they're saying.
There's a delay, did you say that there was a delay?
I don't know if it's a delay.
And then they send out another letter.
I don't know if
Let's hear the answer.
I don't know if it's a delay or not, but I know me and several other people have got charged as they say, back rent.
Back rent because of the change in income.
But how can it be back rent when
I can't hear him, I'm sorry. I can't hear him.
how can you get charged back rent when your rent is current?
So
It's not back rent.
I understand. So just so you understand, so HUD requires that you pay 30% of your income.
Which I understand. I got that part. I got that part.
But what I'm hearing is,
I got that part.
so what I'm hearing is that if there was a change in your income that was not put into the system, meaning that if your income went up and you didn't tell us your income went up, people are real good about telling us when their income goes down.
No, but I went
their
through.
rent gets adjusted.
Yeah, I
But
went
if
through.
your
Because you can't do
income went
nothing
up,
without you can't do nothing without 4 paychecks. I mean,
Right.
4 paychecks. You can't do nothing.
Right,
You
we
can
asked
take
them.
one, they can assume whatever they want to assume. But you need 4 paychecks. You can't do nothing without that
so
4
you're
paychecks.
saying that there is a delay.
I don't know.
In
Is it delay or they didn't get it right or whatever? All I know is
I
got a paper
understand
saying
this
I got
because it happened to
$800.
me.
And it's called back rent.
It's called, they call
That's what
it,
they say.
they call it back rent because you get
That's
4
my only
pay
problem.
stubs. Instead of saying this is
I'll
what you
fix everything in my house.
owe, you with it? Instead of saying this is what you have to pay the next month, they charge you for the 4 weeks that you don't work and $800 for back the last month. That's what they do.
Well, he's gonna investigate that.
That's what they do because they've done it to me a couple of times.
And Gretchen, it's back rent.
It's called back rent. Everybody knows about back rent.
This young man up here, let someone new talk. This young man.
If you live out here, you're gonna hear about back rent. So
They go back rent to her now. How would they feel? Money didn't get on time. Evicted, thrown out. Maria Otero, I'm pretty sure y'all know.
Something done. Really? They charge too much for work. To fix them. A lot of people don't call when something needs fixing because they don't have money to pay it. And I called, I had, 2, they ain't locked, this closet door. Had a lock put on, $42. For a closet door knob. $42.
Wear and tear.
I came out and get them for $4 or $5. I fix a lot of stuff in my own house. I stopped dealing with housing stores.
And so,
And I'm not finished.
I was gonna ask for that question.
And my subscription plan gave me a $2 discount. You know they want to go up on my rent.
Really?
I told them that is illegal. You cannot do that. They want to go up on my rent for a $2 discount for my subscription.
All right. Yeah, so let me ask you your first, now the rates, John, the rates are set, how are the rates set for?
So the rates are set on an annual, I'm sorry, Jim, go ahead. So the rates are set on an annual schedule. It's done every 2 years by the board, actually, and they're updated based on the cost of the replacement item that they're replacing. That adjustment is at the board's, purview, but they're typically done with 3 different quotes for each item. So plus the cost of the actual repair or replacement. Tenants should not be charged. Again, tenants should not be charged for wear and tear. They should
Can you put that in writing? Can you put that in writing?
Hold on.
Can you put that in writing?
Hold up, wait.
If we find out something we charge her, can we get our money back? Are we gonna get paid back? Can you put that in writing?
Please let him finish.
Tenants that have items that are broken, tampered with, or destroyed get charged for the broken, tampered with, destroyed item. And those are basically charges that are done through a schedule. If an item is charged to your account, you can appeal the item. Now, hold on, this is important, please, because this seems like an important item.
Good news.
If an item is charged on your account, there is an appeal process that goes through. That is done by our hearing officer, who is a separate person. He is not an employee of the housing authority. It is an appeal process that you can go through. That appeal process is very simple. You come and you put a note here for Mr. Bill Elias. He's our hearing officer. He will hear your claim, he will make a comparison, and he'll make a determination of that. So if you have an item that is a charge, You can do that. There's also what's called an informal hearing, which is with staff. But if you don't want to, if you think that it's an item that the staff might not agree with, or if you believe that it's on there wrongly or incorrectly, I strongly encourage you to use that hearing process. Again, that is a separate person that will hear each item. And every tenant is allowed that is availed that activity.
So if we the things that we've been charged for, and we find this out now, are they gonna credit it?
Correct. The hearing officer has the ability to charge back or bill back or enforce the fines. So it's the hearing officer's purview to do.
Okay, you know on
And that
Robeson's
hearing
side,
officer is here 2 days a week, Mondays
you
and
know on
Tuesdays.
Robeson's side,
His name is
the
Bill,
lights,
by the way, Bill.
the lights, you know on Robeson's side.
The young man here is finishing. Yeah, you had another thing.
I'm sorry, John.
Thank you. So, can I
When
ask
they
you
have,
something?
when they have
Oh, I know what you're
inspections,
talking, I'm sorry.
they pick places to inspect. To me, if it takes 2 weeks to inspect this place out here, use the 2 weeks. I told them don't come to my house no more.
They sure don't, because they don't never come to mine.
Don't go next door or all the other places.
Remember Gretchen that was walking around, what was it, a week and a half ago?
Chair, just so you understand that we don't, the actual list of units inspected are not chosen by us, that's chosen by HUD. Well, it's chosen by HUD.
I don't care.
I hear what you're saying.
What I'm saying, each apartment should be inspected. Each one, this is how you keep up with broken or one that needs to go fixed.
So wait, he's making a great point. He's saying each apartment should be inspected.
Right.
You inspect the whole place, not just one. Or 2 or 3 apartments out of, what, 60?
Okay, you're heard. You're heard.
Everybody should be
Word hears you.
And the people that have problems in that, they can't afford to have it fixed because they charge too much.
And you pay for light bills. We ain't breaking no light bill, we gotta pay for it.
Senior citizens, every year, they have inspection, evaluation. They have to go to the Social Security office and get papers. You understand? You know what I'm getting every month. You know what I get every year. You know everything right on the computer. You go right there, you find out everything you want about everybody out here. But I'm just saying, me and my wife, they say we have to go every time for evaluation to the Social Security office, sit there for hours, trying to get papers just to bring here to give them.
And you don't get it to the last minute.
Is there any way around that for senior citizens? Or?
Chair, the recertification process is in your admissions and continued occupancy policy. It's a requirement.
Right.
The board has the purview to make some revisions. I don't know if that's one of them. What he's talking about are the annual payments that you get from the Social Security side. That's something that we can look at to see, but that's one of the that's one of your.
You get $2.
Take
that.
He's got to choose you.
You already know it.
Yeah.
She has a question. She has a question.
He has one.
This woman in the middle here with the you had young lady right here. And this was the baby.
Sherry. A month ago, they broke my windows. The man that cuts the grass.
Right.
I told him, look, the windows are broken. Don't think that I broke the windows.
Oh, I've been charged.
A month and a half already, my windows haven't get fixed. And then I had to fix my. Oh, I thought I had to talk to you.
No.
And then I had to fix my own apartment because I got tired of telling them, look, the floor is rotten. The floor is rotten. So I had to buy my own tiles, my own floor, and fix it. Buy my own paint and paint the whole house. Because I've been living there around 11 years already. It's enough, it's enough.
What unit?
How come they stop giving us
65 Right Place, me, Dalia Acevedo.
They those guys make you sign the papers before they even fill out what they did in your apartment.
I make a copy. Before they leave, I make a copy.
I don't want them to come and say that I broke the windows when I didn't break the windows.
Mr. Clark,
So what we're gonna
pay for
do?
latches? I got something to say too, cause my apartment too.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So, one thing that we just skipped over, hasn't been addressed again. Where's the other 1.1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One. And two, if because you spoke about the generator when she asked about the 1.4.
we don't know what
Then the
else.
other explanation was given, and we skipped.
Are you a resident here? Are you?
I live on 351 Somerset Street. I'm a committee man in Ward 5-4. The second part is, if you are so interested in knowing these issues and following up and in the participation, and if you are such good representatives of what the citizens of New Brunswick are and what the New Brunswick Housing Board is, why do you not even consider for 1 second to change your meeting that conflicts with city council meetings?
Politics.
What? So have you asked the city council to change their meeting date?
I can go there too,
But
I'm here first today, and I'm saying, and I'm bringing it up as an issue. I'll bring it up as an issue over there too, but I can't be at both meetings the same week because they're at the same time.
We're concerned about the residents here, not politicians. So we'd like,
You had a chance to do something about
you're a
this.
politician. You're a
I'm not
committee.
talking about politics. I'm a resident in New Brunswick.
He's talking about what's going on.
Look, I'm not here
You
for
declined to do
The
something about
resident
this.
there next to you with the green on, I'd like to hear from
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm a resident in the city and I get to speak to.
I'm talking about the resident of the housing authority.
Okay.
What is the law?
So
Open
you're
Public
gonna tell
Meetings
me-
No,
Act.
we heard you out. I heard you
Someone
out.
else?
I heard you
But
out.
you didn't answer him.
This is
You didn't answer his
public,
question.
wait. This is public comment, not public questions.
Somebody else asked the same question.
I wanna know why it's on the same day with the house, with the city.
He answered that
Because
question
I'm
already.
usually
That's
at
why
the
he-
meetings
He
too.
talked about where the money went. So could we speak to the resident?
I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about why it's the same day as the city hall meeting.
Could you speak,
I
please?
just have a question.
Big problem by meeting night.
It wasn't. And you know it wasn't.
It was, absolutely.
You know it wasn't. You all know it wasn't.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I work, right?
Yeah, I know you're feeling comfortable.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just trying to find out. Just trying to find out, when I get a cut off of half of what I normally make, does my rate supposed to come down?
Yes.
Listen up, listen to the answer.
I'm sorry. So as long as you bring in the information from rental adjustments, your rent adjusts based on your income. So as long as you bring in the information, and I think the gentleman who was talking about it,
Elizabeth, I struggle so hard in summertime, making $10 an hour, making half of what I normally make. That she still had me paying $800 some dollars, I make only $10 an hour.
so you know what?
I don't think she adjusted.
They don't do it right away.
Unemployment, I still have to turn around and pay $3 something when I was only getting $2 something.
What's your unit?
12 right, please.
Come on, let's hear her unit, please. Let's say your unit. Say your unit.
I got it, 12 right there. So yes, adjustments are made based on the information brought in. If you didn't have an adjustment.
Come here, baby.
So you're saying you didn't have an adjustment in the
I
summer?
struggle so hard, I'm making $10 an hour, I normally make more, like, whatever I do, make more than that. But I was making $10 an hour for the summertime. And she still was charging me $900 some dollars what I normally make at my regular job. My rent didn't go down, she said.
I don't work at university. 10-month employee, same thing, me and her. When you get laid off, your rent stays the same. They don't care if you got another job or anything. Send a letter out and say the same thing.
I got a phone call about that today.
That's another item that's in the addition to continued occupancy policy.
So we're hearing you out, and we'll try to change policy if we can. Right?
So the policy, but, so just so I understand, you're saying there was no adjustment after your rent went up or down either way?
You pay the same.
What unit was yours now?
I live at Gatlin Court, 4 Gatlin Court. 4 Gatlin Court.
4 Gatlin.
Yeah.
She's going to get out here and hold signs and protest. My name is Nice Baker. I live at 6 Jennings Court. I showed the picture, and I went to the office and told them about my front door and my screen door. They still ain't come and fix it.
Taisha, who did you tell?
I said Naisha. N-I-E-S-H-A.
Naisha, who did you tell at the front office?
I told What's the name?
Steven.
And I showed him a picture. I went last week and showed him. That's the living room floor. Yes, I do got the picture on my phone.
The door is, I went to the door and it's off.
And another thing, last month, every time I try to go pay my rent, they keep telling me I can't pay my rent. They want the whole amount. I got a letter stating that I was supposed to go to court this month of the 8th. Never got a letter until the attorney had sent me a letter stating that I had court. They telling me that I gotta pay $10,000 and something money. And then when I went to the office, she told me it was 14 something. So they need to let me know something. I got my money order with me and everything.
Nisha, did you have a change in income that caused the rental adjustment?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I'll make sure to take a look. Who were you dealing with, Liz or Andrea?
Elizabeth.
This lady's been very quiet. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, when I just keep skipping over you. I keep skipping over her.
$1,500 to move in, and I was making $7 an hour doing telemarketing, plus commission. They charged me $1,300, my rent was $651 a month. And then recently, like when I was working, because I'm on disability, and then I was working at Rutgers, and then I was making like $16 an hour, my rent was $1,074.
Out here?
Yeah. For 6.5 months. Now I'm not working, and I get that and unemployment, and my rent is $797.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to figure out where is all this money. Is the money correct? Because other places I know they
No, it's not correct.
affordable rent.
They got back rent for HUD.
Yes, all right. Yep.
Now,
Go ahead.
John got my address already. Okay.
Right.
Now, I need,
hate for you to tell
I need to know something. Like, I pay my rent and everything else. I make that little bit less, I put my fees inside my rent, okay? I was in a hospital in September, okay? I paid my rent August 31st. I gave them a check. Now, are they allowed to hold my check for 21 days or whatever the case may be for August? Now, I paid my rent. I gave them $1,350 for my rent. And then in September, I gave him another $2,000. Now, when I called John, I told John, I said, what's going on? They gave me an eviction. They gave me a notice to go to court. Now, why are you giving me a notice to go to court in October when I paid my rent in August? You get what I'm saying? I mean, in September. Can you privately you told me if I prove that my money is inside the bank and everything else, that you would do something. Now, I had to pay $2,900. $2,900 I dealt with Elizabeth and I dealt with Denise, okay? I wanted to know why my check was held for 20 days when I paid my rent in August.
And you were going to get it?
August. No, hold on. In August I paid my rent, and in September I came with another $2,000 so I could stay ahead of the game. I need to know why. Now my check had bounced, and now they faulting me for my check bouncing for all that stuff. I need to know why was my check held when I gave you the rent on time, when I gave you the rent. I need to know. I was in the hospital and I was
It's gonna work. Now, we're just gonna take a few more. This young lady.
All right, I ask this question.
I go pick my daughter up from work.
Thank you for your comments.
Are people with criminal backgrounds not supposed to be living here?
Oh,
Andrea started living
Every
here.
time I try to get out, snatch her.
Does anyone know that? Because she lives right next to her. Who? Andrea's son?
Please have respect. This lady's been very
How is
patient.
it fair that her son living here? Like,
Okay, all right.
he's not even a resident.
30 minutes. Go ahead.
They got upgraded to a better unit.
Please let her speak.
I live at 30 Right Place. I've been here for 11 and a half years. Stay to myself, me and my kids. I moved in with one child, now I have 3. 2 girls and a boy. Still in a 2-bedroom.
Me too.
My boy is 4 years old, about to be 5. 2 questions. 1, what is the age limit before you separate a boy and a girl, siblings, in the 2-bedroom? And 2, why am I still in the 2-bedroom? And he's about to be 5, and I'm seeing other families that don't have children moving into 3 and 4 bedrooms. And I'm staying in a 2-bedroom.
And they written out the rules.
With 2
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to see, like, how long do do I still have to keep waiting to separate my children? Because that's not how that's supposed to be. You separate the boys from the girls. And I'm still in a 2-bedroom with 3 children in 1 room. I don't feel like that is right and fair, and I need some answers, questions.
All right, well, are you on the 3-bedroom transfer list?
Yes, and I've been on there since my boy's been born.
That's what I was
4
gonna ask you.
years.
How long you been on there?
4. He's 4.
Okay.
I put my name on the list the same week he was born. They said I was number 10 on the waiting list, and every year recertification I asked about
Somebody
it.
else is moving.
They're not doing
They
nothing
moved
on
old
the
girl
waiting
out
list.
next
I'm
to me, so
still
why they
at
couldn't put
number
her in
10
there?
4 years later.
The crazy.
Something right there is not right to me, and I see other families moving in, and they don't
Is she
even
been
have
there for
children for them. No, let me rephrase that part itself. They have babies, but they have 1, and everybody else is adults in 3 and 4 bedrooms.
Right, that's
Something
right.
right there is not. Please answer that for me.
Okay, he's gonna work with you on that. Okay.
One more question, and I'm gonna ask that one right now. We got 2 buildings out there that are sitting on the ground, on top of the pipes and stuff, and people, you can see from the roof, you can't even see the foundation no more. You can't raise these buildings, you need to tear them down before somebody gets hurt in this building.
Again.
They done moved 2 people out, the outside wall done fell off already, the bricking and whatnot. These buildings are leaning to one side, the steps are coming up, and the top of the step up is meeting the steps. These buildings need to be torn down. It's these 2 buildings, people are worried, they got cracks everywhere. That's what I want. I want somebody to ask me when they gonna do something about these 2 buildings. Because one child was in there, her ceiling fell in, and the mold that I couldn't even, these buildings are molded. There is no good mold, y'all. This mold tore me up, and I didn't even step foot in the house yet.
So, Mr. Great point.
We got mold running, and these vents on Robinson's side, the vents, we have no heat on Robinson's side. The vents are up and down, they need to be fixed and cleaned. Because every time you
All
turn
the
the
vents
heat
are
on,
dirty.
you got dust.
All the vents are dirty. I've been complaining about that.
I was living at 5 Carnival for 5 years, almost 6 years, 5 years and a half. And I moved, they moved me, because I had a lot of problems in Carnival, because they stole my TVs, but they never fixed they never fixed the locks from the windows, from the downstairs. They never paid my TVs. They moved me to the right place, and they charged me all the damages in that apartment. Like things don't tear and wear. For 5 years that I was living there, they never fixed nothing. And to this day, I was still paying the damages from the other apartment. All the money that they was charging me extra for the apartment. Everything. They charged me everything. I'm disabled. Why would they charge me all that money? To now, 2 years charging me.
Okay, well, we get, make sure you get that information.
Yeah, but if they don't do nothing,
All right, Mr. Gentleman, yeah, right here.
My problem is, it's the same thing with the back pay. The back pay,
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Anthony, I live at 46 Redwood. The back pay, I handed in the pay stub
Listen up here.
a week or 2 weeks right after. Same thing with my wife. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they hit me with an $800 back pay. Out of nowhere. And I didn't wait 4 weeks. I didn't wait 3 weeks. Right after we worked, handed in the documents right to them. I'm hit with over $800.
Have you mentioned that to Mr. Clark?
Yeah, they all, they know.
Anthony,
We
who
all
did your
get
adjustment?
it.
Listen up, please. I'm sorry.
I handed it to the office.
Who did your adjustment? Who does your actual adjustment?
You.
No, because Gretchen there.
All right, so we've had, all right. But can you get this, you're gonna deal with him already.
Just 1 second.
Okay, please, okay.
This will make this a lot easier.
Okay.
This will make it a lot easier on you guys. Like I said, I've been here for years.
Right.
There's no tenants association. They need to give us the documents so that we can have a tenants association. That way, this won't happen.
We used to have
If
one.
we go to the tenants association, the tenants will directly with John, but we don't know how to, we don't know what we need to do for a tenants association.
And they're gonna charge us $114 just to get it paid.
Sure, those of you who have been here a long time, the tenant association.
Does John Clark know that Andrea is
Excuse me.
Please.
Those of you who have been here a long time,
Well,
know
you
that
said
we actually had two tenant associations
That ain't
here.
the only one.
They worked very well. In the past, they had some problems toward the end. But yeah, tenant association is great. I think that works really well. The only challenge for the tenant association, it has to be a process for, that you go through that's open and correct, so that you can make sure it's done. I would be happy.
At least let them.
I'm talking to Sharon, sorry, it's the meeting. I gotta talk to them. So the process that was done differently for both different tenant councils last time. One was done actually through an election process, one was done through an appointment process. They operate sort of separately from each other. It doesn't much matter which process they go through to me, but I do believe tenant associations work well, particularly with management on the site side, and I would absolutely help.
Every time I tried to get the papers, I was told it's gonna cost me $1 per paper, $114. I'm like, what?
That's not good. So you heard the tenants association, that's a great suggestion. So what we've tried to do tonight is allow tenants, because again, this is concerning to hear. This is concerning to Mr. Clark and to me and to the board. Understand? We're starting about today on, okay? Today on. So we'll own it if you're here 6 months from now talking about the same things, right? So from today on. So we've heard, and I encourage you, if your issue has not been heard, I encourage you to let Mr. Clark know after the meeting what unit it is and what the issue is, okay?
Yeah, and then we
Now,
get another extra charge.
we spent about an hour.
Extra charge for talking.
But they still ain't answering questions though.
They're not gonna answer.
That's not for this. We've heard a lot of the issues. He's gonna take care of it. So talk to him after. You talk to through the chair. And so we can't. So again,
114. You said 114, Gretchen, for the paperwork.
So again, we've tried to hear everybody out. We're as concerned about this. We're going to try to do something about it. But before we adjourn, our attorney had something to say. Charlie, we've heard a lot.
I'd like to be heard during the public comment on American citizen.
Can we I'll give you 65% as opposed to 41%.
So, you might have heard. You have to address the board, sir. It's not addressing the board. I got the proof right here. Please.
Sir,
it's a comment to the board.
Mr. Walker, if you can set it right here. Did you or did you not get a 41 out of 100 on the public housing assessment system dated?
What do we have now?
2016.
What do we have now?
That's what I heard. Tell me, sir.
I just said 65%.
Charlie ain't got to say
that. Is that correct? And where does that place it? 65%?
Did you or did you
Where does that place it?
What I said about Andrea's son.
It was outside. Inside.
We don't know what you got. You don't know what you got. 41 out of 100. I came to this meeting and told you.
Charlie, the fact is, you printed something you handed out when? Today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so the information that you gave, is it accurate as of now? Is it accurate as of today? It's not accurate as of today.
But everyone can look for yourself. You can see the ratings.
Charlie,
41 out of 100 is what you got.
You asked me a question.
And I'm asking you to own that. You were on the board.
Charlie,
you're a former chairman. You're not new. You're not new here.
What is
own
the
it.
rating?
You got 41 out of 100. You're the third worst authority in the country.
Where does that declare that, Charlie? Where does that? That's another lie.
Look at that. That's the
Charlie, what is the rating now?
The only two that were worse were Irvington and Gary, Indiana. You came in third worst.
What is the rating right now?
You tell me, sir.
What is it? We just did 65%.
Okay,
Which places is the standard housing?
Congratulations. You
Okay.
should be very proud.
Charlie, I gave you a chance to respond.
Passed the entire agenda without opening it to the public. Did you not? You didn't let these people comment. Guys, the show already happened. They already passed all the stuff. They passed the new building in downtown. They passed all that stuff, and they didn't open up the floor. I would like to comment on the budget. I came to this meeting to comment on the budget. Will you allow me to comment on the budget or
You're out
not?
of order. Did you overstep your bounds here?
That's why I want to know where this budget is going.
How much is budgeted for that man, for the lawyer?
Charlie.
Page 16.
Tell them money, just sit there.
You're out of order right now.
What's your budget?
Excuse me, Evan.
Yeah, what's it up?
So, tell the public how much your
They're paying
attorney
with our
charges.
money.
Agency.
You're getting paid with our money.
Tell the public.
How much do you charge?
It was, I charged $125 an hour. Let me speak. Your attorney charged this agency $326 an hour. And when we went to court and Mr. Cradaville lost, his attorney deducted 5.5 hours from his bill. And I'd like to challenge you tonight, Mr. Cradaville, to give part of that $325 an hour that you and your attorney got to the food pantry tonight.
Yes.
$325 an hour is an outrage.
What's not being spent out here?
No.
The money that we don't
I would like to state for the record. Thank you for the opportunity to respond. Thank you for the opportunity to respond. You called out this flyer. You said that there were false statements on it. I know Mr. Manfredi is really upset
I'm giving you a chance to answer his question and we're going to adjourn. If you don't answer his question, will you donate the money to the pantry?
$83,000. This man's charging. They are wasting money on the lawyers. This is outrageous. That you don't even know the budget. You're paying this man who is hired for one big contract.
All in favor?
How about the generator, guys? How many bids for that one? One bid. One bid. They're steering the money to their crooked friends.
They don't give a shit